Hello everybody, welcome to my series of video tutorials about Maltego Chlorine Community Edition tool. This is Silo Null speaking, and in this video tutorial I'm going to show you what kind of information you can get from an email address. So let's start by seeing which other email addresses could be related to the email address that I am analyzing. So in this case, let me drag and drop an email address. I'm going to change the default value. Okay, let's type, for example, this one. Sorry. So let's try to find out what with others emails could be related by using PGP. So I select to email address PGP, and in this case the transfer will run the code. Just try to search which other emails could be related to this one by using several PGP servers that we have configured within the transfer. In this case it's taking a long time because this email address is related to several amount of websites. So we got the results here, and we see that all these emails could be related to that one within PGP. Okay, and also we can get more info. Let me create a new graph. I'm going to use this domain pateva.com. Let's get all the emails from that domain. Here we go. Okay, that's right, and I'm going to try to find out what another emails could be related to this one by using a search engine. So in order to use, I will use the two email address using search engine transform. Okay, and I get that information that these two emails are related within this URL. As you can see, there is a new dynamic property called URLs, and this is the value of this property. This is the web page where those email addresses appear. Okay, what else? Once I have an email address, I would like to know which person could be behind that email address. And in this case, I'm going to use one of these. Let me copy this to another graph, and imagine that we want to know which person could be behind this email by using PGP. So I select to person PGP, and I get that the person could be Alexander Hun. Let's create another graph. Let me drag and drop a new email address, and in this case I'm going to change the default value. Andreas dot same name at gmail.com. And there is another transfer just to try to infer the first and last name from the email account. So in this case, if I right click on the icon and I select two person parse separator, reconfigure, and here I select first last name. So if I run that transfer, I'll get a person entity with the name Andreas and the surname Simni. If I want to interchange the first name with the surname, I can change the transfer configuration here, and instead of FL and last name first name. If I run again the transform, I get another person entity with the last name and the first name. Okay, what else? Once I have an email address, and also I would also like to know which phone numbers could be related to this email address. So in order to do that, I can select two phone number using search engine, and we'll get, so in this case we have this phone number that it's related to that email address, and here we have the URL where the transform has found this relationship. Again, imagine that this one here, just remember that we got this relationship between T3 and T2 in a previous step, and here I had a URL, so I want to get that URL to go further investigation about it. So in order to do that, I can click to URLs, and this automatically creates a URL entity, and I can get more info from here. Also, from an email address, I would like to know which websites could be related to it. So in this case, I'm going to select all these emails, right click, and I select to website using search engine. Let me see, and here you have for this email address all these websites are related to it, and also if I click here, you can see here the URL where the relationship between those items exist. Another important topic that I would like to mention is that sometimes you would like to verify if an email address is already exist. So in this case, there is another transform called verify email address exists MTP. So if I click on the transform, the system automatically tell me that if this address exists or not. So in this case, address exists. If I double click the icon on the notes, you can see that address exists over there. And the last transforms are related to Flickr and MySpace. So if I want to know if this email address is related to Flickr or MySpace, so in this case I'm going to run to MySpace. I can select email to Flickr account or email to MySpace account. I will select this last one, and I get info about MySpace related to this person. Here we go. You have aliases and the image here, and more info. So that's all from my side. Just to summarize, if you have an email address, you can get info from another email address that will be related to that email address. You can find out persons, phone numbers, URLs, websites. You can verify the email address, and also you could get info from Flickr account or MySpace account. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you want, just subscribe to my channel within YouTube, and we will see you in the next video tutorials. Thank you very much.